People who are no longer best friends with someone. What happened? Over 10 years of friendship. We traveled together, worked together. He was the best man at my wedding. We were best friends. The kind of friend you could call any time of day or night and he'd be there to help. I was there for him through difficult times and vice versa. Then he met his now wife. Suddenly any gatherings at my house they couldn't attend because she was always sick from something she ate. She was from a wealthy family, the kind that literally owns a small island, and lived in an affluent neighborhood. It's not like I was poor or lived in a bad neighborhood, but by comparison, I'm sure the very thought of her being in my part of town made her sick. Anyway, I moved overseas, received a save the date for their wedding, but the invitation never showed up. He reached out asking if I was coming and was shocked I hadn't got the invitation as he wanted me there, but it was too late to make arrangements and a long way to travel. I received an email from him while he was on his honeymoon telling me how jealous he was of me and my career and new life overseas. I traveled back to see family and friends a little while later and tried to make arrangements to see him, but he was too busy. I was literally in the same building as him visiting old colleagues. I'm convinced his wife is the reason my invitation got lost in the mail and that it all came out on the honeymoon, and now he can't look me in the face. I was in a group of friends who started bullying a person I knew out of nowhere. I told them I was not okay with that. They started seeing each other without inviting me. I am still very glad I did what I did. We just grew apart. I think I reached out to her once to ask how she was doing and didn't really get a response. So I just kind of decided that was that. When I stopped people pleasing and set boundaries. After more than 20 years of being besties, she just ghosted me. After a year of not hearing from her, despite reaching out, I asked her husband if she was okay. He was confused because she claimed to be talking to me all the time. Whatever. It hurt for a while, but she honestly brought very little to my life in hindsight. He tried to sleep with my wife. Knew him for 30 plus YRS when he tried to sleep with my wife. After high school ended, he became too busy. I invited him over every weekend. Each time he said that he'd come, but didn't show up. After a year of him not coming, I stopped inviting him. She slept with my then boyfriend. The most boring tragedy of my life. We just grew apart and no longer had the same interests. Would bust my balls in front of attractive women to make himself look better. I was always confused because there was 0% chance of competition. There's a point where it gets old and you never look back. He became addicted to cocaine after his father died. It warped his personality, and he was constantly angry and bitter. He was unpredictable, and genuinely scared me because it felt that it would be very easy for him to do something that would ruin his life in an instant. Also refused any help offered. The only thing I could do was move on. I lost 100 pounds. She didn't, and accused me of deliberately changing. Well, yeah. Meth happened. Never was a great friend. Bit fun to hang out with. Then he got a toxic girlfriend. We were roommates for a while and living with her was hell. They decided to get their own place. And I came to realize how miserable I was living with them. Getting away from it showed me how bad it was. So I made a decision. I didn't want anything to do with his girlfriend. Unfortunately, since they were dating, cutting her out meant cutting him out. I've moved on, met new people, and things are starting to pick up. My best friend was cheating on her boyfriend, who was also my friend. I told her she had to stop, tell him, or break up with him. She continued to cheat. One day he asked me if she was seeing someone else. And I couldn't lie. Years after that we hung out a few times. But obviously it was never the same. Don't remember that last time we spoke now. She got married and cut all contact with me. 20-year friendship tossed aside like a used napkin. I came out as bisexual and she accused me of having a crush on her. I didn't, but she said I made her feel uncomfortable. She just stopped talking to me in COVID. I was in her wedding and we had been roommates. But then she told me weekends were for her husband. Which actually meant weekends were only for other couples. A mutual friend got married and didn't invite me to the wedding. And we never spoke again. One of my old BFFs thought drinking and driving was a competition. No thanks. Long time ago when I was a teenager. Was dependent on a substance. Took too much and had a blackout. She had forgotten my birthday and I had a blackout and rage called her multiple times. Forgot she was at work. She had a very professional job. And I don't even remember what I said or did. We never had contact again. I regret this every single day of my life. My heart breaks every time I think about it. I was just cleaning out the garage and found all the letters she had written to me, our entire friendship. I had saved every single one. I wish she could just let me apologize and explain where I was at in that moment, but I 100% respect her not being able to do that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.